All right, before we go on to MIDI effects, let me just say that later in this series of courses, I will be walking through how to use every single one of these audio effects and MIDI effects. So let's go over to MIDI effects now. MIDI effects are kind of a weird thing in live because there are not a ton of MIDI effects, and they are not super useful. I hate saying that. I feel like I'm disrespecting MIDI effects, which I guess I am. But they can do a handful of things, but of everything, this is probably the one I click on the least, especially in Live 12, because the most popular one to me was arpeggiator, and there's other ways to do arpeggiation now. But we will go through how every single one of these works later, and maybe you'll find something that's like super important to you. But for the purposes of the browser, just remember that these can only go on MIDI tracks. They can't go on audio tracks, only MIDI tracks. And inside each effect is a bunch of presets for that effect. And that's basically everything we need to know about MIDI effects for the moment until we really get into the weeds of MIDI programming. So let's move on to modulators.